Was defunding the police a bad idea?
No, because defunding the police was not a bad idea because it shone a spotlight on the injustices and made others, us and themselves aware of what needed to change. Because sometimes people will not make a change unless something is being threatened to be taken away from them. So I don't think it was a bad idea.
Great question. Depending on who you're asking and who knows the facts and who doesn't. So
Tell us the facts.
the facts are we don't know them.
I feel like the movement wasn't really a bad idea, but I do agree with adding an element to the police to add like a psychological level to a different type of segment or like a segue to help more people.
Would that require money?
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would.
You think so?
Yeah.
And why do you think so?
I think the crime has gotten worse. People are not going to jail. They're not like they're getting like no bail. So they're not learning from like what they do wrong.
We need to see the paperwork in defunding the police and understand what they're defunding and who they're giving it to when they defund.
Defunding the police, that just means retraining. It doesn't mean take away money from the police.
Well, they did take money away from the police in many cities, including LA.
That's what you're saying. That's not what I'm thinking happened. So
The fact that it created a spotlight was more important than anything else. Is that correct? Am I getting this right?
Yes.
LAPD, they were just approved refunding of $213 million after being defunded $150. Would you be okay with that? Because the spotlight was still.
Well, I personally am not
shined.
from LA. I'm from Cincinnati, but I know that
I don't have stats on that.
But I come here from Nashville. But I think that defunding across the board people are getting paid for they ain't even doing.
In Los Angeles,
Yeah.
armed robberies have increased by over 21%. We're at a 15-year high in homicides, 14-year high of shootings. And actually, they just approved increasing the LAPD's budget by $213 million after they defunded the LAPD by $150 million in 2020. So obviously, someone along the lines realized maybe having more money or not taking away money from the
Right.
LAPD was
a
good idea. So you definitely agree with that.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do. I think that they shouldn't have defunded them. I think we need more police on the streets.
And you live in LA?
Yeah, I live in Hollywood. I do think that it's a good idea to get them on the streets and give them more money. So, they can do their job. That's what we need them for.
They just refunded $213 million because of the because of the spike in homicides and shootings. Do you think that's a good idea or no?
I do not think that's a good idea.
So you say
Well,
good.
I didn't
you
know
say
money was taken away. Yeah, keep the money to train the police and to keep us safe. Yeah.
And you were unaware. Just to clarify, you were unaware that
Yeah.
they did take money.
I was unaware. I just moved down here.
Do you think it was a good idea to add more funding to the LAPD or no?
That's a real tough, difficult. I'll
don't
have to
think
know
so?
more.
The whole system is just it's just set up against. I'm gonna speak for my people. It's just so set up against black people that it's just, if you're part of the system, you're part of the problem, and the system is the problem. So if there's no system, then there's no problem.
So by that same logic, you would advocate for getting rid of the police department, correct?
I would, yeah,
You think that would really help though?
yeah, I would. Well, I mean,
What do you do when
think
people
we're
are what do you do when people
we're
are shooting people or homicides?
We so deep into it now. It is what it is. I feel like at this point.